In the great expanse of our planet's oceans, rivers, and lakes, there lurk creatures and phenomena that defy conventional understanding. Tales of extraordinary catches have surfaced from all corners of the globe, stirring wonder and debate among those who seek to unravel the mysteries of the deep. Today, we bring those tales to light, journeying into a world where the unbelievable becomes reality. Prepare to be astonished, for these are not ordinary stories. Here are 20 fishing anomalies captured that no one believed to have existed. Number 20. Ugly frowning fish. In the deep and wide Andaman Sea, Thai fisherman Prasert Shukul caught the most unexpected fish that could be found underwater in 2020. It was like a character from an underwater TV show because the fish looked unhappy at first sight, almost like it was the punchline of an ocean joke, or it didn't feel good that it was caught. The fish had big, puckered lips and bright blue eyes, making it seem constantly surprising. Shukul reported that it seemed more like a grumpy person than a sea creature. Its size was another thing that was off, as it was pretty big, weighing 6 pounds and measuring 42 centimeters. But its strange face made Shukul wonder if he should eat it. He thought about cooking it, but wasn't sure. Then, experts from the local marine center came to see it. They said it might be a type of fish called the striped eel catfish. These fish have a unique way of hunting. They bury their heads in the sand and wait for prey to come close. Even though the fish looked weird to humans, its face was perfect for its sandy home. Instead of being cooked, the fish was donated to the wildlife center. It could live happily there, still looking grumpy, but safe from being eaten. Number 19. Living tongue. Strange events are like something out of a science fiction story. Imagine a fisherman feeling proud as he pulls in a hefty 6-pound carpenter fish. But when he looks inside the fish's mouth, he sees something unexpected. A pair of small, blue, alien-like eyes staring back at him instead of a tongue. This happened for real in 2021, and it really shook up the fisherman. What he found inside the fish's mouth was a tongue-eating louse, a creepy parasite that survives by feeding on the fish's tongue. As the parasite grows, it sucks the blood from the fish's tongue until it withers away and falls off. Then, the louse latches onto the remaining stump with its strong legs and becomes a sort of living replacement tongue. It's a bizarre and scary situation, but strangely fascinating too. The fish keeps using the louse like a tongue, while the louse feeds on the fish's mucus. Surprisingly, the parasite doesn't hurt the fish any further. In fact, trying to remove it could be deadly for the fish because it might lose too much blood or have trouble eating. Experts say it's best to leave this weird relationship alone once it's established. Although these tongue-replacing parasites aren't harmful to humans, they can definitely mess with your mind. Number 18. River dragon. In Thailand, near a calm river, people were amazed by a surprising discovery of a creature so amazing it seemed like it came from a storybook. At first, some didn't believe it, but then they were filled with wonder as the strange creature appeared. They called it Naga, a special being believed to live in the water. To many, its brightly colored tail moving gracefully through the water looked just like a dragon, a sign of good luck for the area. This rare and captivating sight made the community feel lucky to see such a thing. Around the same time, on April 2011, a routine dive into the underwater caves turned into an incredible encounter. As divers explored the dark caves, one of them saw what seemed to be a mermaid's tail. It was shocking to see such a creature so close. This sighting made many locals even more convinced that mythical creatures like mermaids lived in their waters. Number 17. Faceless fish. In an amazing journey into the unknown, scientists went on a trip to explore the deep waters near Australia's coast. They went into the deep sea where it's really dark, and we don't know much about what's there. Their job was to find and learn about the animals that live in these deep, hidden parts of the ocean. What they found was a creature that's so strange, it breaks one of the basic rules of animal biology. It doesn't have a face. Say hello to the faceless fish, a creature that lives really deep down in the ocean where there's no sunlight like we're used to. Unlike most sea creatures, this weird fish doesn't have eyes to see with or a clear mouth to eat from. It just has a big head that helps it move through the dark water. These faceless cusk eels can grow up to 46 centimeters long, and they live at depths between 13,000 and 16,300 feet, where it's really dark and the pressure is super strong. With its tiny, almost invisible eyes and a mouth so tiny you can barely see it, the faceless fish shows us what strange life can be hiding in the deep sea. Number 16. Split-colored lobster. Off the rough coast of Maine, a fisherman's usual catch turned into something extraordinary. A lobster with two completely different colors, split right down the middle. This isn't some computer trick. It's a real lobster, showing off a quirk of nature with its two-toned shell. This amazing lobster is the result of a rare genetic mix-up, where it has two different colors on each side of its body. On one side, it might have the usual marine colors like brown or green, but on the other side, it could be bright orange or cool blue, making it really stand out. Finding a lobster like this is like finding a needle in a haystack. It's super rare, with only about 1 in every 150 million lobsters having this trait. For lobster fishermen in Maine, stumbling upon such a special lobster is incredibly lucky. But while this colorful mutation is cool to look at, it can be tough for the lobster. The bright side of its body makes it hard to hide, turning these lobsters into easy targets for predators in the sea. Number 15. Live grenade. Picture yourself spending a calm day fishing with a magnet, hoping to find interesting stuff in the water. But instead of old coins or bits of metal, you pull up something scary, a live grenade. This is what happened to a man in his 30s, fishing with a magnet from the Clark Road Bridge over the Little Calumet River in 2020. The grenade was covered in mud and rusty spots, looking just as dangerous as when it was made. The man knew what to do in a situation like this. Explosives, especially old ones, can still be very dangerous. So he called the authorities right away. The local police acted fast, closing off the bridge to keep everyone safe. Then, the bomb squad from Porter County came and carefully dealt with the grenade. It was a risky job, but they knew how to handle it safely. The grenade had been underwater for a long time, so nobody knows how it ended up there or where it came from. Number 14. Biggest fish ever caught. While we usually hear about amazing catches by fishermen, sometimes scientists stumble upon mind-blowing discoveries too. In 2021, researchers near the Azores, Portugal, found something incredible, a huge sunfish, Mola alexandrini, that broke the record for the biggest bony fish ever found. Just imagine seeing a giant, strangely shaped creature floating on the ocean surface. When the researchers looked closer, they realized it was not just any big fish. It was a sunfish unlike any they'd seen before. This massive creature weighed an astonishing 6,000 pounds, almost 1,000 pounds heavier than the previous record holder caught off the coast of Japan in 1996. It was an impressive 11 feet long. They even had to use a forklift to lift it out of the water because it was so big. But what exactly are these fascinating giants? Sunfish, also called ocean sunfish or mola mola, get their name because they like to hang out in the sun near the ocean's surface. This helps them stay warm after swimming in the cold, deep waters to find food. Even though they're huge, sunfish start out tiny, about the size of a popcorn kernel. This lets them survive in the plankton-rich surface waters. As they grow up, they become massive, with female sunfish able to lay hundreds of thousands of eggs at once. Sadly, the giant sunfish found near the Azores was already dead when they found it. They're not sure how it died, but the red paint marks on its body suggest it might have been hit by a boat. Encounters like this can be really dangerous for these gentle giants. Number 13. Two-headed shark. Just picture the ocean waves parting, revealing something unbelievable. Not just any shark, but a shark with two heads. Yes, you heard that right, a two-headed shark. In 2013, off the sunny coasts of Spain in the Mediterranean Sea, a group of fishermen were in for a surprise that would puzzle the world. These weren't ordinary fishermen. They were part of a research team from the University of Malaga, studying the sea in a way that would lead them to something really strange. When they pulled up their nets, they found a shark unlike anything they or almost anyone else had ever seen. It was a two-headed shark embryo, a rare thing called bicephaly. This discovery not only amazed marine scientists, but also got people all over the world talking about the amazing and mysterious things hiding beneath the sea's surface. Bicephaly is an incredibly rare genetic condition where an animal has two heads, each with its own brain, but shares one body. It's hardly ever seen in sharks, so finding one in the Mediterranean was a big deal for science. Number 12. Reflective fish. Unlike the creatures we've seen hiding in the dark or deep sea before, this amazing fish adds a bit of sparkle to the ocean. You can find them gliding through the shallow waters of the Atlantic Ocean, from the cold parts near Canada to the warmer areas down by Brazil. These beautiful fish have sleek bodies that not only move gracefully, but also shine with amazing colors. But what makes them sparkle like that? It's all in their skin, which has tiny crystals called guanine crystals. These crystals aren't just there for looks. They're really good at helping the fish blend in with the shiny ocean around them. When sunlight shines down into the water, these fish use the reflection to hide, making them disappear almost like magic. But their shiny skin doesn't just hide them, it also catches your eye. When light hits them, it's like they turn into living mirrors, making dazzling displays that look just as amazing as the sun's reflection on the ocean. Number 11. Glowing deep sea fish. These glowing deep-sea fish have fascinated scientists and ocean fans since they were first discovered in the early 1900s by researchers on the Discovery ship. Lanternfish live in the dark part of the Atlantic Ocean called the twilight zone, where sunlight can't reach them. Here, deep down, they use bioluminescence, a cool ability to make their bodies glow. But why do they do this? Well, it helps them survive and find food in the darkness. Lanternfish use their glow to attract prey, which makes hunting easier when it's always night down there. But that's not the only reason. They also use their glowing to talk to each other and find their way in the dark sea. This light show isn't random. It's a smart system that involves special organs called photophores. These organs have cells that make light, and the fish can control them to make their glow stronger or weaker. This helps lanternfish blend in with the little bit of light that comes down from above, which helps them hide from predators in the dark. Number 10. Birdfish. This strange creature was found in a river in China, leaving everyone who saw it amazed and puzzled. When you first look at it, the bottom part looks like a regular carp fish, nothing special. But it's the top part that makes people gasp and wonder. Some say the fish's head looks like a weird mix of a fish and a bird, while others think it's more like a dolphin's snout. It's such a strange sight that it makes us rethink what we know about nature. This birdfish is a really unusual example of how strange nature can be, making people argue and guess where it came from. Is it a rare change in how it looks? Or maybe it's proof of a new kind of creature hiding in the river. Sadly, the mystery gets deeper because nobody did any scientific tests on the fish to find out what it really is. Local fishermen, who believe a lot in old ways and luck, thought the fish was a sign of bad luck. They were scared of what might happen if they brought such a strange thing on land, so they put it back in the river, letting its secrets stay hidden underwater once again. Number 9. Glowing water. Sailing through the mysterious ocean depths at night, a fisherman shared a moment that seemed almost unreal, a sight both captivating and very rare. In the dark water, he saw something that many would think only happens in stories. The sea started glowing with a beautiful blue light. But this wasn't some magical spell or ghostly event. It was actually made by tiny creatures in the sea called phytoplankton. These tiny organisms, when they're moved around by waves or chased by predators, do a kind of chemical dance. They release a substance called luciferin, which, when mixed with an enzyme called luciferase and oxygen, makes a reaction that lights up the ocean in a stunning blue color. This glowing isn't just for fun. It helps the phytoplankton survive. The sudden light can confuse predators or, strangely enough, attract bigger predators to eat the ones bothering the phytoplankton. But there's more to this beautiful glow. It can also be a sign that something's wrong in the ocean. Sometimes, too many nutrients in the water can make the phytoplankton grow too much, causing what's called an algal bloom. While some of these blooms are harmless, others are really bad. They can take away oxygen from the water, making it hard for marine life to breathe. Or they can let out toxins that hurt other creatures. These harmful blooms can cause big problems, not just for sea creatures, but also for people's health. Number 8. Fish with legs. This isn't a setup for a joke or a mythical creature from an ancient tale, but a fascinating reality in the form of the Gurnard fish. Discovered by a man and his friend during a sea exploration, the Gurnard fish instantly became one of the most unusual sightings they had ever encountered. This intriguing species is found across various coastal areas around the globe, from the shimmering shores of the Mediterranean to the crystal-clear waters of the Pacific. But it's not just their habitat that's widespread. It's their extraordinary mode of locomotion that captures the imagination. The Gurnard fish possesses what can best be described as legs. Of course, they're not legs in the way we think of them, but modified pelvic fins that allow the fish to walk along the seafloor. This unique adaptation is more than just a novelty. It's a survival mechanism that enables the Gurnard to search for food among the seabed's nooks and crannies, where swimming might not always be the most efficient method of movement. Number 7. Ancient mummified mermaid. Uncovered in the vast expanses of the Pacific Ocean, off the picturesque shores of Shikoku, Japan, this peculiar find captures the imagination and curiosity of both skeptics and believers alike. March of last year marked a momentous occasion when this mysterious creature, bearing the unmistakable characteristics of a mermaid, a human-like face paired with the unmistakable tail of a fish, was allegedly retrieved from the depths. The intrigue surrounding this discovery led to a thorough examination by a team comprising marine biologists and archaeologists. They found that the creature could indeed date back to the ancient era, specifically between the years 1736 and 1741. What makes this discovery even more captivating is the condition of the specimen. Through the ages, the carcass underwent natural mummification, allowing it to be preserved in a state that offers a glimpse into its past. Number 6. Largest Caribbean lobster. Venturing into the crystal-clear waters of the Caribbean, to the coast of Manabo, Puerto Rico, where local fishermen made a discovery so astounding, it sounds like the stuff of legends. Picture this. On a regular day at sea, nets are cast in hope of a bountiful catch, but what they haul in is far from ordinary. It's a lobster, but not just any lobster. This one is so colossal that it required the combined strength of several burly fishermen just to bring it ashore. This behemoth of the deep tipped the scales in a way that left everyone, from seasoned fishermen to the local townsfolk, in sheer disbelief. According to those who witnessed this extraordinary creature, it is the largest lobster ever caught in the region, and quite possibly in the entire country. The size of this crustacean marvel was such that it necessitated a procession of muscular men to carry it to the fish market, where it fetched a price equivalent to a decade's worth of payday for the lucky fisherman. Skeptics may raise their eyebrows, questioning the veracity of such a claim, but those who have seen it believe they've witnessed a genuine anomaly of nature. Before we move on, here's today's subscriber's pick. A group of anglers fishing in a hidden corner of our planet were convinced that they had experienced something that would definitely challenge their grasp of reality. While these men were fishing, a mysterious creature unexpectedly emerged from the tall grass, bearing an eerie resemblance to the sea goblins of lore. Humanoid in shape, with fish-like scales, a flat face, and webbed extremities. This being, seemingly plucked from the depths of mythology, vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving the anglers in a state of wonder and disbelief. Was this encounter a trick of the light, transforming an ordinary aquatic resident into the stuff of legend? Or did these fishermen brush against a hidden truth, a glimpse of a creature that defies our understanding of the natural world? The possibilities are as deep and varied as the waters themselves. Share your thoughts on this enigmatic tale in the comments section. Number 5. Skeleton of a mermaid. Captured in a video by an anonymous source, this finding presents a scene straight out of maritime legend. A decaying skeleton with distinctly mermaid-like features, discovered on a secluded beach. As the story goes, while searching the shallow waters for small fish, the finder stumbled upon this tiny skeleton. At first glance, it might have seemed like any other marine remains. However, upon closer inspection, the skeleton revealed a human-like skull connected to what appeared to be tailbones, a characteristic straight from the tales of old that speak of mermaids, the oceanic beings dwelling in the deep, bridging the worlds of humans and fish. The immediate reaction was shock and disbelief, prompting the discoverer to drop the skeleton back where it was found. Was this the remains of a young mermaid, perhaps fallen victim to the harsh realities of life in the ocean, or the prey of an apex predator? While many are quick to label this as a hoax, the details of the skeleton have led others to wonder if there's a grain of truth to the tales of mermaids that have permeated seafaring lore for centuries. Number 4. Alien from depths. Fishermen in the Caribbean, expecting the day's regular haul, instead reel in something that seems to have leaped out of science fiction. A fish with features eerily reminiscent of our own. Humanoid nose, lips that wouldn't look out of place in a cartoon, and feet-like fins. The discovery was so unexpected that it sent waves of speculation about extraterrestrial visitors across the local community. But as the saying goes, truth is often stranger than fiction. The creature that sparked rumors of an alien invasion is none other than the red-lipped batfish, a unique species native to the Galapagos Islands. Far from being a visitor from another planet, this fish is a marvel of evolutionary adaptation, perfectly suited to its environment. What makes the red-lipped batfish stand out, aside from its distinctly human-like facial features, is its preferred mode of transportation. Unlike most fish that glide through the water, the red-lipped batfish is more of a stroller, using its modified fins to walk along the ocean floor. This unusual behavior, combined with its striking appearance, certainly makes it a candidate for the title of alien from the depths. Number 3. Odd fish. Now we cast our lines into the shadowy waters off the coast of Coney Island, New York City, where a fisherman encountered a creature so bizarre that it seemed to have swum straight out of the depths of a nightmare. With years of experience under his belt, this seasoned angler was left scratching his head, unable to pinpoint what exactly was dangling from the end of his hook. The discovery quickly took the internet by storm when a video surfaced on TikTok, sparking wild speculation among viewers. With its daunting appearance, some were quick to label this creature an alien visitor, an otherworldly being that had somehow found its way into our oceans. The creature's unsettling features had hundreds of netizens buzzing with theories, debating its origin and nature. However, the truth behind this eerie find is rooted more in the quirks of nature than in science fiction. Experts and enthusiasts alike weighed in, suggesting that the fish is likely a short-nosed skate, a species known to inhabit the waters where it was found. What set this particular individual apart was a facial deformity, an uncommon but not unheard of phenomenon in the animal kingdom. Number 2. Hagfish. At first glance, you might mistake this creature for something out of an alien invasion narrative, especially if you were to find it unexpectedly in your catch of the day. However, this horrific thing is none other than the hagfish, a creature that has mastered the art of survival in the deep sea's unforgiving environment. Unlike most fish, the hagfish boasts a set of characteristics that set it apart from the rest of its marine counterparts. Jawless, boneless, and scaleless, this creature might not win any beauty contests, but it has earned a formidable reputation thanks to its unique defense mechanism. When threatened, the hagfish can produce copious amounts of slime, a sticky, gooey substance that can clog the gills of would-be predators, providing the hagfish with a means of escape. But the hagfish's oddities don't stop there. These creatures have a particularly gruesome feeding habit. They are known to burrow into the carcasses of dead or dying fish and marine mammals, feasting from the inside out. Number 1. Champ. Nestled between New York, Vermont, and Quebec, Lake Champlain has garnered fame not only for its scenic beauty, but also for being home to its very own version of the Loch Ness Monster. The tales of Champ stretch back centuries, with numerous eyewitness accounts feeding the lore of this elusive creature. Described as a serpent-like behemoth, Champ has captured the imagination of locals and visitors alike, earning a special place in the annals of lake monster folklore. One particularly gripping account comes from a group of fishermen who experienced an encounter that would forever change their view of the lake's tranquil waters. It was a day like any other on Lake Champlain, until the calm was shattered by an immense disturbance beneath their boat. The water churned violently as if something massive was moving just below the surface. Then, to their astonishment, while these men were fishing, a mysterious creature unexpectedly emerged from the tall grass of the lake's shallows. This sighting, characterized by descriptions of a long neck and a body reminiscent of a prehistoric plesiosaur, added yet another chapter to the legend of Champ. That's all for now. Until next time, bye.